Jeff has become somewhat of a cult figure in the domain of interrogation footage. His recognition seems to have grown through his own popularity, as opposed to the notoriety of his crimes, like most others. Conveying the exact reasoning behind this can be tricky, as the interest in this character will no doubt vary by the individual. Yet we found the most collective reason can be explained through a single pop culture reference: the anti-hero. So you might be curious about the contrast between the anti-hero and the villain. One we embrace and relate to, while the other we despise and detach from.
Maybe we just watch The Legend of Jeff.
Am I under arrest?
For now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay? Yeah, I'll explain everything.
I'm under arrest for robbery?
You are, but let me read your rights real quick,
Why is he
okay?
talking
I'll
like
explain
that?
it all to you. Is that okay? Let me do that real fast? All right, Jeff. Can you read with me? Just read in your head, okay? Before we ask you any questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you?
In TV shows.
Does that make sense? Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff?
Oh my
Yes
god,
or
is
no?
Jeff asleep?
Do you understand? Do you understand what I read to you? Did you comprehend what I read to you?
Oh my god, I would be so frustrated. Hella don't know all.
Jeff, I'm just here to talk to you and figure out what happened and move you on out of here, at least some of it. So do you understand the rights I read to you?
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
What?
Okay, good cop.
No, usually I'm the
What
prick.
was that?
You look like the prick.
Oh shit.
This is Jeff. Jeff is a heroin addict and has been for the last 14 years.
Oh,
he is
that's
6'5", weighs 153
Damn,
pounds, and
motherfucker
has now
tall
found
as
himself in
hell.
the unfortunate circumstance of being charged with armed robbery. This is in the state of Georgia, so if found guilty, they will render him the minimum term of 10 years without parole, up to the maximum term of life in prison. Jeff has been through the system.
Sorry, I'm just comparing it to the lady who got 6 years house arrest.
Multiple times over, and he will know that if indeed found guilty, his sentence will be considerably longer than the minimum 10 years due to his previous convictions.
Jeff, do you understand your rights? Yes or no?
That's super tough.
I'm not
Hard
asking you
on
to talk to me at
crime.
this point. I just want to know, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk to you, motherfucker.
Okay.
You want a Coke?
Yeah.
You gonna be able to pop it open or you need me to?
Jeff has become somewhat of a cult figure in the domain of interrogation footage. His recognition seems to have grown through his own popularity, as opposed to the notoriety of his crimes, like most others. Conveying the exact reasoning behind this
I didn't
can
know there
be
was a
tricky,
community
as the
behind this, but
interest
it
in
makes a
this
lot of
character will no doubt vary by the individual. Yet we found the most collective reason can be explained through a single pop culture reference: the anti-hero. While the concept is timeless, the actual term was created through the realm of modern cinema. There's a diverse number of characters passing through the decades that fit the criteria. Yet perhaps the most textbook example could be the protagonist from the 2003 feature Bad Santa, a middle-aged
haven't
man
watched that.
simply known as Willie. This is a character that lies, cheats, steals, swears at children, drinks an inconceivable amount of alcohol, and is generally extremely unpleasant to every single person he comes across.
Actually, I might have seen it. It looks really familiar. Maybe he just looks familiar.
Let's tell what you want for Christmas.
I'm on my fucking lunch break, okay?
On paper, this is an extremely unlikable individual, yet for some reason,
The kid's face, he's Pepe laughing.
we root for him while following his story. Anti-heroes are flawed, as are we. Their moral complexity mirrors our own, and just like us, they are learning and growing as they move along the path of life. Their mistakes make us think of our mistakes, and perhaps the reason we root for their redemption is the reflection of ourselves rooting for our own. So you might be curious about the contrast between the anti-hero and the villain. One we embrace and relate to, while the other we despise and detach from. Both are driven by selfish motivations, yet our emotional response differs between them. The reason for this, while not necessarily obvious, is a relatively simple formula. The anti-hero must have a glimmer of humanity alongside a
funny as fuck.
noticeable vulnerability. This is what
Aw.
allows the viewer to truly connect with the character.
Why
It
is the-
allows
why
us
is
to
the
forgive them
anti-hero's
when they
arm
are
cut off?
unethical, but admire them when they are noble. It allows them to be angry, cowardly, and greedy, but also cheerful, brave, and empathetic.
Who the fuck is Thurman? Is that you? Is your name Thurman?
Yeah,
Thurman Merman?
yeah.
Jesus.
With relation to Jeff, while many of us can't relate to the feeling
Must
of
be
being
tough.
addicted to heroin for well
Yeah.
over a decade, we can certainly understand the feeling of sadness. While we may not be able to put ourselves directly in the shoes of an addict, we can somewhat relate to the adversity that comes with it, not to mention the incredible magnitude of the situation he is going through in this
And
video.
he looks
How
kinda
he responds
handsome.
to this very moment is quite literally the precursor to his entire future. He is at a crossroad moment in life, where on one side is the possibility of hope, and on the other side is the outright guarantee of despair. The long-term path he goes down will be the consequences of the short-term choices he makes, all of which
Wait, are you guys question marking like you don't think he's handsome? Really? Right? He has like model fucking look. Sharp features? I mean, really? No, he's a criminal. No, he's an addict. Listen, somebody can be a shit person and still be objectively hot. That doesn't mean I'm attracted to them. But there's an objectivity to someone's level of attractiveness.
is the outright guarantee of despair. The long-term path
You know what?
he goes
We'll
down
discuss
will be
it
the
later.
consequences
Maybe from
of
a
the
better
short-term
angle.
choices he makes, all of which have to be judged and
he
decided
ever
on
watches
while
this,
going
don't
through
hit
the
me up.
early
Okay, I'm
stages of
just-
heroin withdrawal.
Being objective, okay?
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
I'm just imagining you guys like going into some girl streamer's chat and being like, you are objectively the most gorgeous being I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I don't mean that like I'm attracted to you. I just mean it like from objective perspective, like you have the facial symmetry of a goddess.
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or I mean, a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
'Cause I'm a fucking junkie, and you guys are like,
Damn.
I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
Where do you usually get your methadone from?
That is so
Don't get it.
tough.
I get heroin.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances, or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm in a shitty,
Porque no los
wrong
dos.
place at the wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I
not
don't have
keep
nothing.
up
I
the
don't talk
act.
to the police, man.
I think it's in your best interest to. man.
How? I don't talk to
you're
the
sitting
police.
Here, okay.
I've been through the system.
I don't
man.
talk
know
to
how
I know
it
you
works.
have. I know you have.
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying.
Like, pretty good face though. I can't tell if I'm blind or you guys are confused. Like, who's wrong here? Yeah, like sharp features. I feel like that's a very typical model thing. It's the pixels. Maybe you're right. He looks like a pirate. On some Johnny Depp shit.
Trying to fucking get me, or you're
No,
trying
I'm
to.
not trying to
all
get
you're
you.
trying.
What?
trying to get is some fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not gonna get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
I'm
do
not
nothing.
trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you do is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside.
That is worse,
there are
fam.
cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here."
Come
I
here.
said, "What's up?"
What's
They
up?
search me. They ain't
Hang
find
on.
nothing. What's
Let
up?
me read this.
No,
before- Yes.
because I'm not gonna sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it. Let me read it.
You already read it to me earlier.
I know we did, but I'm going to read it to you again.
Thanks for the coat.
Yeah. Before we ask any questions, you must understand what your rights are.
And here we have our glimmer of humanity. Jeff extends his
Thanks for the
gratitude
coat,
and
though.
recognition of the small favor the detective has done for him. There is no return
Yeah.
benefit for Jeff giving thanks to his adversary, meaning there is an element of selflessness and grace in the act. There may be considerable emphasis
Easy
on the
free
glimmer
coat.
of humanity here, but all we need is a glimmer to know that it's at least in there.
You have the right to remain silent. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one,
That's
a lawyer will
funny.
be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand the rights I've explained to you?
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm a lawyer.
All right. This is
I
what I
told
don't
you this
understand.
was- I told you
I
this
know,
was
but
gonna
this is
happen.
what I don't understand,
What?
Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you and you screw it, I ain't talking to you.
I
I'm
mean,
a lawyer.
it is
I
scary
don't
to
understand
talk
that.
to a
What
cop
changed?
or a
Just in-
Because I
detective.
told you what. I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I
But-
just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you asked for an
I want a
attorney.
lawyer.
So, okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing, and obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before, and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coat. Put me back in the cell. What's that?
Just walk over. All right. I know we did this twice, but I got to do it again every time, okay? If we're asking you questions, I got to read your rights. You understand?
It's kind of funny because I think he's wearing socks, but it also just kind of looks like his foot, but no toes. Foot, but no toes.
That?
Wham bam, thank you for the coke.
Go ahead and sign there. Let me take your jacket off.
Look, I'm not signing nothing. I don't want
Okay, you don't have to sign anything. You understand your rights, though, right? That's all I need is a verbal yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
When's his coat gonna be here? Or is that just a fairy tale?
It's coming. He's getting there right now.
I mean, it's nice that they keep giving him
Let's
cokes.
walk to the soda machine. Coke tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough evidence
Like what?
of your armed robbery, okay?
Yeah,
But-
like what? Ask him. Talk to
You
him,
know,
Jeff.
If you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got, I mean, convince me.
His side is
Because
that
I
he
got a
didn't
lot
do
of
it.
evidence.
What more
I
do
got a
you
lot of
need?
physical evidence.
Well, like what?
Why am I rooting for this guy? Because he said thanks for the
You
coke.
haven't been helpful to me at all.
You don't, because I don't believe that you got any evidence.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name them.
Because he kind of looks like a
Why would
pirate.
you do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, now give me a little something.
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your
True.
parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean dick. There's no way. I didn't do it. There's no way.
How drunk were you? Were you drunk?
No, I was pretty sober.
So you're in your right mind. You remember everything about the night, right? So you couldn't have done something not remembered. You couldn't have gone and robbed the place not remembered.
Ooh, that's not good.
Okay, so you
Even that kind of thing. This is why you don't talk without a lawyer. Because now that he says that, his lawyer can't say he was drunk and didn't remember or whatever. And a lot of those things can ultimately help you quite a bit. Why am I trying to tell you guys how to avoid jail time?
Remember if you rob the place.
I watch way too many crime lawyer-ish shows, by the way. Like, an unfathomable amount of seasons and shows, trust me.
Go to the prosecutor, I'm really good parole officer, and say,
Stop noting,
this
stop.
guy's a good guy, he helped me out. He
Yeah,
didn't do
hey.
anything. I know you don't want to go back to jail, right? Back to prison.
Well, fuck. It looks like I am if and you're gonna charge me with some bogus shit. You guys don't. I mean, what do you got really? That I was
Honestly, he sounds
at a
kind of
buddy's house
convincing.
and I happened to come outside because you guys were fucking swarming the area and they
Which
fucking.
door did you come out of?
I came out of the front door. You know what? I'm not saying myself, man. I'm done, man. Fuck this. The only reason I came up here is to get a fucking Coke.
You're not getting out.
Oh no, I can't finish it.
You can finish it. Make it quick. I got things to do.
That Butterfinger, you probably.
I didn't promise you that. I said we'd see what happens.
He's just
I said,
hungry.
you help me out at all, why should I help you out? I got you a soda.
Oh my god.
Jeff was released from custody just under 12 hours later, and that takes us to the final and perhaps the most important component of an anti-hero, the conclusion, which unfortunately in this particular case is unknown. The final outcome of this story will vary depending on the source, some with a happy ending, others a cautionary tale. One legend has it that Jeff got clean soon after his release and now works in the corporate marketing team for Coca-Cola, while
Okay,
another states
definitely
that he
not
was
that.
picked up the day after for the same charge and is now facing down a 15-year sentence in Georgia
don't
State
know.
Prison. If we go by the Hollywood formula, an anti-hero's actions throughout the course of their life are
Wait,
so
what?
drastic and single-minded that they only
He's a
ever lead
lawyer
to
now? He's got a
salvation or
YouTube
destruction,
channel?
and their final decision is always dictated by
No
what they have
way.
learned and how they have changed throughout the course of the story. The paradox here is that we don't even need the
way.
theme of imprisonment to mold the outcome
wait,
of this
let me
particular
finish.
story, as the theme of addiction is more than enough. Whether he goes to prison or not, Jeff will either manage to get clean and rebuild his life, or he won't. He is headed for salvation or destruction no matter what, and that single concept can perhaps define Jeff as an anti-hero. His outcome is a mystery, but either way it goes, it most certainly conforms to the anti-hero's ending.
2 days ago, fuck being a cowboy. Maybe Eggs Benedict, but there's no bread.
So I want to thank all my Patreons, and if you can, and if you're able and willing to support me on there,
Aww.
it would really help out a lot. What I'm trying to do lately is I'm trying to wrap everything up in a nice little package. I'm trying to sync all my accounts, find all my accounts, sync them, and I'm going to do something special. I've been studying the, you know, what it takes to become a successful YouTuber or whatever, and you know, there's no set formula except for exactly the opposite of what I've been doing. You can't be sporadic. You can't upload like 10 in one day and then disappear a month and then do one a day for a week.
He's
and
got
then,
a
yeah,
point.
that's-
He's
so
got a point.
Sorry about that. But I just want to thank everybody for their patience and awesomeness, understandingness. And I also want to thank the trolls for what they do. You know, I'm going to pin you. Best one. Let the best troll win.
Go, Jeff.
But,
Let's fucking go.
All love over here, and I promise to give a good old college effort into my content for you guys, for your guys' enjoyment. So the next few videos, besides this one that comes out, let me know how I do. But let me try this. Like, subscribe. Shit, see, I fucked it up already. Anyways, yeah, but the Legend of Jeff 33.
Why did that cut off like that? This is really cute, though. Aww. Okay, I'm happy to end on this note. What a happy ending. A good note to end on. He's doing well. It makes me happy. If you guys want to check him out, just look up The Legend of Jeff. Clearly into making music. Ooh, official artist channel. Okay, Jeff, let's fucking go. And I hope he stays clean a very long time.